All right, guys, gals, friends, family, Steve Patton with General Patton Bushcraft, back with you with another super exciting video. Today's video is the final episode of Alone Season 9. This is episode number 11, titled Fight, Flight, or Freeze, friends. This is the final show. We got 3 contestants left. And you know the show always opens up with a quote. This is from Jean de la Bruyere. Out of difficulties grow miracles. Let me say that again. Quote. Out of difficulties grow miracles. Unquote. All right. The show starts at day 62. We got 3 people now. Day 62, friends, is about 14 degrees. And they open up with Timogen. He's 31 years old, from Montreal, Canada. They got 12 inches of snow overnight. And they tell us that he has lost 54 pounds. And you know, whenever they show that graphic, that person's tapping out, friends. He gathers some firewood on day 62 and he hunkers down in the shelter because he's got absolutely nothing left in the tank, friends. Show moves on to Carrie Lee. She's 57 from Sandpoint, Idaho. And she's just a kid on day 62, having a lot of fun with the snowball fight with herself, friends. It was kind of funny. But they show us that graphic that she's lost 49 pounds. So far, friends. She goes out to check the traps. She finds some rabbit tracks, sees a squirrel, gets a shot off, but she says that she can't shoot her bow that good anymore. She's weak, super cold. She's wearing a lot of clothes, friends, and she can't get that bow shot off. All right. The show moves on to the 3rd contestant now, Juan Pablo, 30 years old, from Panawa, Canada. And he shows us that last night the icicles were falling on his tarp and cutting holes in there. So we see him sew up that hole, and he's been fasting for 11 days now, friends. All right, day 63. And the show goes over to Timogen. He's getting water. He said he had a great sleep last night. Talks a lot about his mom. And he tells his friends that he's got one more trick up his sleeve, friends. And we see him get that tarp, gather up all of his gear, and he creates a sled, friends, and he taps out. Oh, friends, he taps out. He says that he's taking himself out. He's not going to be carried out. So good on Timogen. All right, day 64 now. 2 people left now. Juan Pablo, he's going to treat himself now to some warm tea. He's going to have his first fire in that fireplace, that cool fireplace that he made, friends. Creates a fire, he smokes up his shelter, and the can that he was using was full of paint, and there's some toxic smell, friends. It's making him sick. So he has to open up the door. It's freezing cold, friends. He airs out that shelter, and good on Juan Pablo. He has more cans left over, and he builds a whole new stove. It's working great. The smoke's going out and everything. So good on Juan Pablo making that new stove. All right, day 66 now, and we go back to Carrie Lee. She's drinking some warm water, eats a small bit of fruit leather, friends. She says she can only eat small bits of fruit leather at a time because it makes her stomach sick. And she tries to go out hunting, but friends, she can't even pull her bow. She gets out there, starts to crying. She doesn't have the strength, friends, to pull that bowstring. All right, day 67, 2 people remain. We got Juan Pablo, and he thinks he sees a polar bear And he doesn't know if he's hallucinating or what, but he can't find it. When he goes up close with that camera, he can't find it, so we don't know if he's hallucinating or not. Carrie Lee gets the idea, friends, on day 67. She's going to start making some snow skis. So we see her collect some supplies to start making those. Show goes back to Juan Pablo. He's drinking water. Back to Carrie Lee. She's making the skis. Juan Pablo has a close call, almost cuts his finger, friends. And then we go, the show bounces back and forth. Day 69, friends. Day 70, day 71, day 72, bounces back and forth real quick. Carrie Lee, Juan Pablo. And then on day 73, we see Juan Pablo go for a long walk on the ice. He's been wanting to do that ever since he got there, so good on him. He gets to do that. And then back to Carrie Lee on day 74. She's not doing well, feeling queasy, did not sleep good. She's very, very emotional. And she shows us that picture. Each contestant's allowed to bring one picture. And she has a laminated card that says, "Live your dream." And she shows us that card. And then she takes on day 75, friends. Carrie Lee comes out of her shelter, shows us that she can't pull that bow. Very emotional, starts crying, friends. And on day, let's see, what day was that? Day 75, she taps out, friends. All right. 3 days later, they go back to Juan Pablo on day 78. I guess they had to have time to get the girlfriend in there, friends. But we see he gets a med check alert, and he was planning on just hunkering down and sleeping all day, not even drinking any water. So he was in a dehydrated state. He jumps up, builds a fire, he starts pounding water because he thinks there's a med check coming in about an hour, friends. And they show up, they go through the med check, and then the girlfriend taps him on the back, and they have their big hug. Scene good on Juan Pablo. The show ends right there. 78 days. Juan Pablo is the winner of season 9 of Alone, friends. Alright, give the video a like. Hit that subscribe button before you leave, and stay tuned for we got the skills challenge, and we got that freeze show, friends. 2 more spin-offs. Alright. As always, friends, God is good. God is great. I'll see y'all on the next video. Already got a date.